Part 2 of the information on legislation changes for smoke alarms 2022. So the most common question that we get is, how many alarms do I need? And that's a good thing. You need to know, okay, exactly how many, because there is that many people out there putting in extra alarms in the wrong places, ones that aren't necessary. And the legislation does allow that you can put in as many as you want, but I imagine that most rental properties especially, it's more a matter of cost, and that is a consideration. So you've got to say, okay, exactly how many do I need? Not any more than what I need. So how many do you need? Well, for a start, you could start by saying, okay, how many bedrooms? Of course, they've got to be in every bedroom. So how many bedrooms? You say, let's say 3. How many levels? Because you've got to have them at every level. So that's an important question. So let's say 1 level. 3 bedrooms, single story. Okay, how many hallways? 1 hallway. Great, we're looking at 4 alarms there so far. 3 in the bedrooms, 1 in the hallway. But the next question is, hang on, do all those bedrooms lead onto that one same hallway? No, they don't, they say. No, one leads onto the lounge room. Okay, so now we're looking at 5 alarms, because you've got to have one outside of each bedroom. So there you go, there's one really simple example. But if that was a 2-story, you may need to ask that question multiple times, because you might have, let's say you've got 5 bedrooms, you might have 3 upstairs and 2 of them, or 1 of them's leading onto a lounge room. So that is 5 upstairs. Then you need at least 1 downstairs. If there's other bedrooms downstairs, you know, is that where the one downstairs is going to be? Because it's got to be placed in the most likely path of exit, but it's got to be outside that bedroom. In hallways outside of bedrooms, it says, or if there is no hallway, then in the most likely path of exit, because that's what we're trying to protect here. We're trying to protect the path to get out. The whole legislation is focused on life safety of sleeping occupants, and there's a number of reasons why, but the main one is that basically when you sleep you have no sense of smell. So there's one sense out the door, and all you're left with really is sound and you know, to a degree sight. So you could have flashing lights, and you know, for those that are hearing impaired, we could come up with vibrating pillows, but generally a loud noise is going to do it, and it's going to give you the alert that you need. But you want to know that your path is already not obscured. That's why you've got to have them in the path of exit. See, in real terms, you've got to have 2 paths of exit from any bedroom. You know, one might be a window, one's a door, but if that doorway, if the fire is in the hallway outside that doorway, you've got to be able to get out that way. That's why photo-optical alarms will pick up the smouldering part of the fire, but which is an early stage. You want as much early warning as you can. That's what it's all about. But I'll come to that on another video. So how many alarms do you need? Hopefully that makes a whole lot of sense to you. How many bedrooms? How many levels? How many hallways? And then that extra question, do those bedrooms, all of those bedrooms, lead out into that hallway? Hope that's been helpful. Speak to you at number 3.